there, and welcome back to another video. So today we're back here to do something a little bit different. First of all, we're doing FACECAM, which I don't do too often, normally because my skin isn't that great, but today is actually not such a bad day for my skin, but I need a haircut, so that didn't really work out that well. But I really wanted to do this challenge. I actually saw Lil Simsy do this, and she's also the creator of this challenge, so I'll leave a link down below to her video, so you can go ahead and see her attempt of this. This is a really interesting idea, and I think that this is really good for builders in general, but especially me, because I have a tendency to do, similar things for all my builds. Once in a while, it is fun to kind of just go out your comfort zone, and that's what this challenge is all about. You spin the wheel on a lot of different kind of categories that kind of make up a build. Then the number that you get chosen corresponds to a thing in this document, which I'm going to show you here, and you choose what it is and make the build out of it. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm just going to use a actual number generator, as you can see here, which I just found on Google. So that's all I'm going to use today. So the first one is lot size. So as you can see, there's 5 different options there. I also realized that there is a 64 by 64 there, but there isn't actually a 64 by 64 in either one of those 3 worlds on the second one there. So if we do get number 5, then we'll just see what happens then. But for now, let's spin the wheel and see what I get. So I got 5. Okay. Well, that didn't really go too well. I guess I'll spin it again because I can't literally do that for the 3 options of the world. So I'm just going to spin that again and see what the next option will be. And I got 3. Okay, so that is a medium 40 by 30 or a 40 by 40. Okay, that's great. Okay, and the next one is the world options. So we've got Willow Creek, Oasis Springs, or Newcrest. So I'm really hoping that I don't get Oasis Springs. But anyways, let's go ahead and generate this one. So let's see what I get. And I got 1. So that is in Willow Creek. Okay, that's great. The next one is budget. So there's a lot of different budgets here. So let's go ahead and try that one if I can actually find it. I've got so many windows open here. Okay, so let's spin this one, and I got 4. So that one is 75k. Okay, so it's still like, I would still easily go over 75k on a 40 by 30 lot, but it's supposed to be a little bit challenging, so that's all right. And the next one is house size. So that's going to kind of decide on sort of how I'm going to do the bedrooms and kind of work out what type of family is going to live here. So this window right here, and I'm going to generate that. So I got 4, which is 6 sims. Okay, that's not too bad. So the next one is build styles. Now, looking at these, most of them look okay. So I'm going to go ahead and generate now and see what I get. And I got 2. So that isn't too bad. That's ranch. Okay, that's great. Okay, so for the color scheme, I actually like to do colour in my builds. Like, I know a lot of the builds I do, you will see from the thumbnails at least, they are pretty neutral, but when it comes to rooms inside, I might do like a feature wall here and there which has a bit of colour in it. So I think out of any of these would be pretty good. So let's go ahead and generate this. If I can find my number generator for 6, and I don't think I have one, so I'll just go ahead and do this one right here. Okay, and I got 4, which is warm and cozy, so that's pretty good. Okay, so for pack limitations, I do have all the packs, so there's not going to be any kind of, things we're going to have to change here. So let's go ahead and spin this one. So I need to find my 5 generator. Okay, and I got 2, which is 1 pack. Okay, so that's not too bad, because I was saying just before about cats and dogs, so I could do base game plus cats and dogs. That sounds really great. So the next thing is either expansion packs, game packs, or stuff packs. Well, I did get 1 pack from the 7th kind of text thing option. I don't know what word I'm trying to find. So I guess I'm just gonna have to pick one of these. Now I'm just gonna go for expansions, because there's the most items from there, and I'm just going to go ahead and generate that. So I do need 8 options, so I'm going to go ahead and see which one I get, if it's going to generate or not. I got 4, which is cats and dogs, so that actually worked out really well. And the last one is the funky room to include. So actually all of those really aren't that bad, since I kind of put those in all my builds anyway, most of them. So I'm going to go ahead and generate this one, see what I got, which is 9, and that is outdoor entertainment area, so bar, grill, etc. So that actually worked out pretty well. And yeah, so that's all the options done. So I've got my kind of options here, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of write these all down. I'm going to jump into game. I'm going to do the build off screen and do like as a speed build, because I don't think you want to sit here and watch me do a build in real time. So now we're on to the speed build portion of the video, as I just said, and as you can see, we're not actually doing FaceCam now. Now I actually wanted to do this, but I also kind of had to do it at the same time, which I'll explain in a second. So sometimes when I do speed builds, like I used to do mansion builds, like back when I started doing them as a weekly video, it was kind of like a special thing, having like a mansion on a Sunday. So I always used to do, well, not always, I started to try and do FaceCam with those mansion builds, and with that, I used to, because I know speed builds like with FaceCam, sometimes not everybody likes that, so I used to do like half the video with FaceCam and half the video without. So let me know what you think about this, like having the video half with FaceCam and half without. Even though the first half wasn't really a speed build itself, just let me know what you think. The other thing as well though is that everybody's back home now and I need to get this video finished, so doing, you know, voiceovers when people are home is like one thing, and doing FaceCam is, you know, just a no-no, so I'm not doing FaceCam with this part of the video anyway. But yeah, so I'm actually really happy how this build turned out. Now, I think the only challenging part about it was the 75k budget, because I never budget my builds, like rarely ever, unless it's like a starter home or something, so this was really hard to do. I kind of didn't think about it at the start either, like I literally forgot about the budget when I started. It was only when I went into the interior, I started doing the kitchen, then I realised, oh, I'm probably wasting a little bit of money here, so then I had to go back through and try and delete things and pay a little bit more attention to what I was putting down and kind of choose some lower class appliances and things like that, which, you know, isn't the most nicest thing to look at in speed builds, but I had to do it for the budget part of the build. So if you want to go ahead and download the build for yourself, it is up in the gallery now. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I will also have a link in the description to the online gallery if you want to go ahead and download the build that way. So just before I tell you a little bit more about the build, I'm just going to go over kind of like the things that we got from the start and just give you a recap on that. So it's a medium-sized build, it's on a 40 by 30 lot, it's built in Willow Creek, and like I said, the budget is 75,000. It's for 6 sims, it's built in a ranch style, it has a colour scheme of warm and cozy. It has one pack which is cats and dogs, and one of the rooms to include was an outdoor entertainment area, so I did go ahead and put a little barbecue area in and outdoor seating. Now, I couldn't do the bar area as well, I only was able to do the barbecue because I really wanted to use the outdoor style sort of bar that we got from Get Together, which I couldn't use, and also we're really limited on the budget, so I couldn't do that. So I don't know if that means I failed the challenge or not. And also as well, about like the packs and stuff, where I had to kind of choose a expansion game pack and stuff pack, I only had one pack from the option above it, if you remember that, so I could only choose one pack, so I went for cats and dogs. I don't know about those other two options which I didn't select anything for, so I don't know if I've done this challenge slightly wrong, but I'm hoping I haven't. Let me know if I have though. So now we're just working on the floor plan and things. This build really took me no time at all. I think it took me about like maybe 45 minutes, 50 minutes, so really no time. And you know, I didn't have as much decoration to do either because of the budget, so that also kind of brung the time down of building a little bit too. So in total came in at 74,669 simoleons, which is just under the 75,000 budget range. And like I said, well actually I didn't say, but it has 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, which is more than enough for 6 sims. So I did do like a girls kids room, and I also did a teens boys room as well. And I also did like a guest room, sort of like spare bedroom in the basement, and then there's also the kind of parents room, master bedroom sort of thing as well, where the garage is actually. Now I was actually going to do like a little garage area, but just with how the floor plan worked out and things and the budget restrictions, I did actually have to go ahead and put the parents room there, which I don't think is such a bad thing, because you kind of just imagine that the kind of garage has been renovated into a bedroom or something, so it still has the garage door windows, but it is actually like a normal bedroom in there. Another thing I just want to mention is that if this is the first video watching mine, then these rooms may not look the best in terms of decoration, because like I was saying, I did actually have a very strict budget in today's build, so it did make decoration a little bit harder. But on Sunday's mansion build coming up, so in 2 days time from this, there will be a mansion build going up that is so expensive, it's crazy. So that is on the total opposite scale of this, and it's very well decorated and stuff, so I'm actually really happy how this particular mansion turned out. I'm not going to give you any kind of, you know, sneak peeks or anything, so you have to stay tuned until Sunday for that. And yeah, so we're just working on the parents room here, and like I said, the guest room or the other bedroom for the other 2 sims is down in the basement. There's also a bathroom down there as well. I thought it'd be a nice addition because this build is only 1 story. I mean, technically it is 2 now, but above ground it's only 1 story. There is actually like a dormer above the in the roof, which actually would class this build as 2 stories, but that isn't functional, it's just for decoration, so really it is only 1 story. And I kind of needed somewhere else to put the extra bedroom in, so I did go ahead and put it in the basement. And I don't do basements that often in my builds, like rarely ever. I don't really remember the last time I've done a basement. Maybe it was in a collab or something. I don't know why I'm thinking that, maybe. I don't know, but I don't really choose to do them myself anyways, so it was nice to do that as a change. And since this build is a little bit different anyways for me, not really actually, because everything kind of worked out in my favour today, which is really nicely in terms of what we had to kind of randomly generate. But overall, I think it did turn out pretty well, so it was nice to do something a little bit different there with the basement too. And yeah, so we're now into the screenshots. I really hope you enjoyed. In the comment section down below, let me know about what you thought of this build. If you have any more suggestions for other builds or anything else that you want to see on the channel next, then let me know as well in the comment section. Leave a like, share and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!